Hello, good morning, and welcome to another exciting edition of the program Morning Delight here on NTA Benin. My name is John Ime. I welcome you to another beautifully packaged program. We have all the usual lineup for you, starting with Words of Wisdom, down to Quick Cuisine, and of course, Advil, just to tickle your fancy. Stay with us, and we'll definitely give you a beautiful time today. Let's kick off the show now with first on our lineup, which is Words of Wisdom. Let us hear some wise sayings from the grapevine. That was Words of Wisdom there. I hope you had a nice time. Yes, let us hear and listen to wise sayings so that we can continue to make the right decisions in our daily lives. Moving on now, our next is Fit and Fresh. And what do we have on Fit and Fresh? Aerobic exercises. Let us see some aerobic exercises on the program today.
Fit and Fresh today, we are looking at aerobic exercise and how it can benefit your overall health and well-being. Aerobics is a type of exercise that gets your heart rate high and improves healthy heart. It is a great way to burn calories, boost energy, and reduce stress.
It keeps me healthy, it keeps me fit, able to move around without stress, no extra unnecessary heartbeats, fast heart rate, burn fat.
Regular aerobic exercise can help you lose weight, improve your mood, and increase your energy level. It can also reduce the risk of chronic diseases.
When I was not exercising, I don't used to sleep, I sleep for 2 to 3 hours, but now I use my alarm to wake up every day. It's very good, it's very relaxing.
Ready to get started? Remember, consult with a health professional before beginning any new exercise program.
We're on to the guest segment of Morning Delight today on the show, and we have a guest in the house. His name is Daniel Ekarefo. He's the acting head of Mass Communication, University of Benin. But before we meet him here in the studios, let's take his picture frame. All right, we're here in the studios, and we have Mr. Daniel Ekarefo. Thank you very much, sir, for coming on Morning Delight.
Thank you very much for having me.
How are you today?
I'm very fine.
Okay. We are going to be talking about a very important topic, which is AI and job displacement in Nigeria, especially in Edo State. We know this digital era now is all about artificial intelligence. So my first question to you is that, what exactly do we mean by AI? And which jobs, especially in Nigeria and in Edo State in particular, do you think is at risk?
Thank you very much for the question. First of all, when we talk about AI, we are talking about the capability of computers or machines to think like human beings. Usually in your daily interactions with people, sometimes when you ask questions, the person will not give you a spontaneous answer. At times the person will reason one or two things before he gives us before the computer or your phone or your tablet, and you ask the system, what is the meaning of this? And in a matter of seconds, it provides the answer. That is AI. So the capacity of machines to think like human beings is what we call AI. It is not only at that level. So many people think when we say AI will just wake up and do so many things. It is a type of prompt you give AI that determines the type of answer you're going to get. So sometimes some people think when we say you just put it in there, the thing will start behaving as human beings. No, it is a type of, in data language, you call it prompt. What it means therefore is that the type of instruction you give the computer, it will determine the type of answer the computer is going to give you.
It's like you are going into Google search now and you have to type in something to reply.
Yes, that is just the way AI operates. But with specific reference to job displacement, AI is growing in Nigeria. We have not got it to the level it is in advanced nations. Nevertheless, it's already here with us. You know, in the past, some guys who can do designs, they were feeling like kings, these graphic designers. Today, you see small children doing designs. So in a way, graphic designers who did not update themselves, they're going to have a problem because people will no longer come to their shops. The little boy in your church or neighborhood who is already very versed with AI, using Canvas and all the other AI tools, will create a graphic picture for you, a birthday card, a burial invitation, and all that. So that is one area in Edo State here I think AI can easily affect people. But in other places, for instance, those of us in the media industry, you see AI robots reading news. They are created in form of human beings. They read news in your language, they translate, even if it's PG you want it, they do all that for you. So the import of that is that at a wider level in journalism, I don't want to mention the name of the newspaper, sometimes in 2024, they decide to ask all correspondents to go. They asked all their correspondents nationwide to go. What they now did was to say, if you want to continue to work with us, we'll be paying you per story. Why did they take that decision? AI can generate news based on the information, those posts you put on Facebook, those stories you put on Facebook. As you travel in your neighborhood, AI can ferret those news and package them into a news story form. So in the past, you recall that in newspaper organization, most especially, you have what they call a proofreader. You also have what they call a sub-heading marks and all the rest. They are AI tools that you use today. So many media houses no longer need those individuals. So these are areas of just displacement you can make reference to. So I won't go on that.
Okay, apart from the media and all, like where do you think AI is being used today? Like, let me just mention some, like those banks,
yes,
customer care.
But as you put the question, it will start giving you responses. If it's a true chat, you want to establish that all those chats are done by AI, they are not done by human beings. So customer service for big organizations, maybe if they had like 100 staff before, they will reduce it to like 5. Because computers can do those basic jobs that customer service officers were doing before now. It's only smaller organizations that have not been able to automate their operations to that level. that still use customer service officers. But for big organizations, the job of...
Let's come to Edo State now. What sector of Edo State do you think feels the most impact of AI? Let's come to Edo State.
For me, the most felt area will be those who are engaged in printing and designs, especially those guys who are into graphics. They are the most set of persons affected, because now you do your design yourself and just ask them to print. If you don't have the printing machine, before they will charge you for printing, they will charge you for design before they print for you. But these days, people do their designs from home, just take it to the printer shop to get the work printed. So it is the area of graphics or computer related, printing related business that is mostly affected.
Okay, in Nigeria.
And because I'm a scholar, there's always this fear people have when a new technology comes into the society. I will take you through history. When computer came into the business, those who learned typewriter were afraid that their jobs were going to go. Or even radio. When radio came, those who were sending message through telegram, they felt their job was going to end. In the same way, when computer came, those people who were doing business center say their job has ended. The reality is that when a new technology comes, it does not lead to the end of an existing technology. Okay. The new technology is just an improvement of an old technology. Because before you had computers, the computers were not having the capacity to think smartly. It was an improvement on that has given birth to this idea of AI. So the fear people have about AI is that it's going to take people's job. The reality is that if you follow the trends in societal development, as new technologies are coming in and you acquire the appropriate training for that area, your job migrates from the old system of doing it to this new model system. So I will not look at it basically from the point of job migration. I will look at it from the perspective of those who refuse to move with the times.
Okay.
If you look at the university system or educational system, basically, the classroom was a place where you meet students to learn. But technology has now made it possible for you to learn virtually. You can be in your house, you participate in a class. For instance, some schools that have Canvas learning, they have a platform where the student who has problem with an assignment can put a question to the teacher on that platform. The teacher responds. The student can find the answer on his phone or the reference the lecturer has made to that material. Now, when you were to do research before, as an individual, you go to the library. You see rows of books. You start searching from one to another. You will read this one. You will read that one before you can make note. But what AI does is that if you give AI the prompt, I need summaries of this. If you upload the books to your particular AI platform, whether it is Gemini, whether it is ChatGPT, Grok, or whatever it is, if you upload the book into that platform and you give the prompt, using this book I have given you, give me a 3-page summary of the entire books, AI will do it for you. But what it was before now is that you needed to read the whole book before you can make a summary of it. Therefore, for those who talk about just displacement, the librarian or the library service officer was a king. If you go to the library, you say, no, you cannot go home with this book. No, you cannot borrow this book now. But if you have AI, you have the appropriate subscription, either for the professional one, and you pay for it, you can download as many books as possible and ask AI to give you the summary. This is one way AI has affected research. Maybe your further question may talk about the dangers associated with all of this in the educational sector. But in terms of how it has simplified research, it has made research very, very easy. That is one area AI has helped in the educational sector. There is no idea you may not have an idea. Even the procedure for instance, I want to learn coding. Coding before now, you go to a computer school, the guy who has a computer science starts teaching you what coding is all about. But if you subscribe to these professional AI tools and you say, give me a breakdown of what it takes to create a network, whatever. AI will give you the procedure. So you can start learning it on your own without even going to a formal school to learn coding. These are the issues with AI with reference to education.
Okay, let's look at small businesses and artisans now. AI, can it be used to expand small businesses and even these local artisans?
Thank you. How can an artisan use AI for creative works?
Yes.
For instance, you sometimes ask yourself, you have an idea, you cannot imagine, you are just imagining, but you are unable to picture it clearly what it wants. So if you ask AI, give me a design having a semblance of a local community and an urban setting, and you put the prompt, AI will give you a picture that represents that. Artisan can into the market because society is moving very fast. If you recall, people no longer wake up and say they are going to some type of restaurant to eat food. Right in their homes, they make the order. They put the address, it is delivered to them. If you go to some big restaurant in Lagos, you don't need to go and stand before the waiter and say, give me also food. The robot comes to you, you press the type of food you want, the quantity you want, the type of protein. As you press it, the robot walks into the store and they put the food on the robot, it brings it back to you. So, like you talk about just displacement, for those big restaurants that you see like 10, 20 guys who are acting as hostess or waitresses or waiters, the implication is that those who deploy robot will automatically push those people away.
Exactly.
These are the realities about AI.
Exactly. Okay, let's look at new jobs that AI can create. Like some years ago, like 5, 6, 7 years ago, AI coming into existence now. Are there new jobs that have been created by AI?
Okay, for some people, when they see some young people in their homes, they don't go out, they conclude that they are doing Yahoo. It is not all young men who work from home that are doing Yahoo. Today, offices have become virtual spaces. In other words, you can be employed to work in an office where you work from home. Why? That office has been automated to a platform. So 10 staff can share jobs to do. And when they finish their job, they put it on the same platform. These are things AI is doing. But don't forget that what gave birth to all of this was after COVID-19.
Yes.
When there was a total lockdown, society started thinking, scientists were thinking, if we cannot go out, will jobs now end? What will now be the resultant effect for humans? This was how the idea of creative machines that can do.
Do you live in Aduawa and environs, or you need a conducive and open field in Aduawa for your wedding receptions, birthday parties, annual ceremonies, family or corporate events in a serene and conducive environment that is close to nature? Then look no further. NTA Benin Aduawa is a place for you. NTA Benin Aduawa has a large field for all your events and ceremonies. Also, at NTA Corporate Headquarters, TV Road, we have a state-of-the-art, fully air-conditioned, ultra-modern hall for all kinds of indoor events with a standby generating set, therefore ensuring uninterrupted power supply. We also have NTA Pavilion for all outdoor events at the same venue. Guess what? Our prices are affordable, locations are easily accessible, venues conducive and highly secured. Our outside broadcast van is available 24 hours and can broadcast your events live. And above all, you can air your events on our award-winning program like Events and Style. And any booking on the field or hall gets a bonus of free news coverage. Wow! What are you waiting for? Grab this opportunity and have your celebration in a grand style. For inquiries and bookings, please call NTA Benin, the award-winning station.
Yes, sir. All the way straight to Mama Miracle. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For quality custom material, I say, come Mama Miracle.
Plenty, see plenty Ashwabi for Mama Miracle Store. EJ! Mama Mama Miracle Store. This one too much. Oh, see all kind of waxing, whether like London wax, Nigerian wax, high target, Hollandis, brocade, Kampala, Mercy, Yasek Bay hair tie. All day, whether for one by one retail or for plenty boku buy of wholesale. Mama Miracle Store, we get all boku. Make you come collect her now. No need to the holla say I want Ashwebi. Now only 20 I see. I not see reach 50. Foul. Mama Miracle Store. You don't get her now. Any kind design where you want it. Any amount of number where you want it. Mama Miracle Store get them. Make you waka enter. See them sit down for the head office 211 Murtala Muhammad Way. The story building where they near Ekiosa for 30 Sekula. Mama Miracle Store. This one a big miracle.
Okay, we're back here in the studios with Dr. Daniel Ekharaifo. He's the acting head of mass communication, Uniben. All right, doctor, we're still talking about AI.
Yes.
And you were saying something before we went on the break.
I was saying that in modern offices, you don't start carrying papers from one point to another. Once you fill the form, you pass it to the next superior officer. He signs on it. And when approval is given, there is a data bank you can store all of that. These are ways artificial intelligence is helping to shape office operations. Just think about it. In a typical office, say Edo State government office, if I use Edo State government, the amount of papers that will be spent on producing one thing or the other on a daily basis. But if you run an artificially driven system, a technology-driven system, what you're going to get is that you don't need papers. It is the electronic storage. Maybe the end product will be that because in hard copy form for storage, so that tomorrow if somebody raises objection, you can show that one as evidence. This is one way AI has revolutionized office practice and the rest. When it's getting to his turn, you would have calculated maybe in 3 hours we get to my turn. you will not come and replace you. You will go in. For the whole day you are waiting at the bank.
Yes.
Later, they brought ATM machines. From ATM machines, they started talking about mobile banking. So today, you don't need to go to bank to make withdrawals. You stay in your house, press your phone, and the thing is given to you. So that gives you a sense of what technology has done at that level. It's the same thing with what we are talking about AI. The possibilities are endless. Young people are learning what they call cyber security. Some other persons are learning virtual assistants. Some are learning, for instance, like Google Classroom to 2,000 persons for a single discussion, and every person's voice will be heard. This is what we are talking about.
Okay, that you talked about young people now. That brings me to my next question. We talked about the benefits to small businesses and artisans. Young graduates coming out of school.
Yes, the challenge we have seen with young people is that they don't want to expand their knowledge base. They have very short attention span.
Yes.
What they do is that, for instance, you give a book to a young fellow to read. What he or she does is to convert it to a PDF format and ask AI to just summarize the book for him. He or she fails to realize that there are details that are in that book that are relevant to his or her experience. But because they are always in a hurry, they don't want to go through that stress of going through this voluminous material. When will I read it? I want to chat with my friends. These are things young people do. So that is one area people feel AI is shortchanging people. If computer is doing all the thinking for you, it means invariably you are depriving your brain of the capacity to think. Somebody thought through that process and created that. But you don't want to think. You want the computer to be thinking for you. The implication is that you become a zombie in quote. It is what the computer gives you, AI gives you, that you take to be the reality. Whereas if you read extensively, is the reality with our people. So young people who don't want to read, they rely solely on AI. They are smart, they are tech smart, but in the real sense of intellectual smartness, if you create a real life situation and the computer is not there, the phone is not there, the child becomes helpless. So what do we need to do? We must strike a balance between the way we use AI and our self-development. These Scandinavian countries, they realize that the deployment of technology into their classroom reduced the quality of human thinkers that they had, especially scientists, people who could provide solutions to problems. So last year, government decided to reverse the policy on technological integration into the classroom and insisted that they must go back to the books. That is what most of the Scandinavian countries have done. They did a study on intellectual capacity of young people. They compared periods to the period where they adopted technologies in the classroom. And they find out that those other sets were smarter. If I use our local example, that young boy who at the age of 9 or 8 has been following the mother to urban market, he knows how to board a bus. When he gets to the market and they are saying, hey, he or she does not listen, you compare it to the child whose the parents take the child to school in a car, they buy clothes for the child, everything is done for the child. The child does not know negotiation skill. It's a entitlement mentality that such a child is used to. So if you compare them with those ones who have street sense, if they are to do real social intelligence quotient, you realize that they will be miles apart. That is the same thing that happens to us when we become AI dependent. AI is good, like I said, but we must not allow it to be if you use AI prompt to ask for them. The challenge is that many young people are not interested in reading them. They want the summarized versions of them.
All right, doctor, let's come to your field now. Are universities and polytechnics teaching students AI skills to keep them in tune with what's going on now, this generation now?
Thank you very much. By the grace of God, I'm the acting head of the Department of Mass Communication, University of Benin. What I have done, or what we have done over the years, is that we have followed trends in technology. This year, we have done training for students on UI UX designs. We have done training on AI, especially how you can use it to create media content, how you can use it to write script, create AI videos, avatars. We have done all of that. The reason why we keep doing that is to prepare our students for the reality out there. Early July, the first week of July, we had a 5 days intensive training for all academic staff. We taught them AI skills, AI tools. The reason why we're doing all of that, we want lecturers to have the capacity to teach the students what AI skills are. Because the idea of relying on 2005 books, 2010 books that do not incorporate AI into the books is a disservice to the students. So we teach students core skills. If I bring my students a 100 level, if I ask them to create advertisement for you, they will produce advertisement that will hold you spellbound. So that is part of what we are doing. So as technologies emerge, we send 1 or 2 persons to learn training, so to go training in that area. They come back to teach the students and the staff so that we can create multiplier effect. Between the time I took over office as head of department and now, we have done more than 20 trainings in different areas of IT. The reason why we are doing that is that we want our students to be smart, to be industry ready, and to be entrepreneurs in themselves. So that this idea of students leaving school, you stay at home, you say you are waiting for a job, nothing to do, I don't think it's best for us. Beyond our department, the University ICT Center, there are quarterly programs that are done related to all of these areas and other areas that I did not mention. where people can go there and learn one or two skills that can be of benefit to them. The problem with young people is that sometimes when you tell them this, they will tell you, don't worry, this is not my problem now. It is when they come out of school, they now realize that those things you were asking them to do, they were the things they needed to prepare for the reality out there. By the grace of God, those of my students who participated in the trainings we did, even before they went for service, many of them are working in big organizations, either as creative directors, either as digital specialists, and so many other ones. This is the advantage we offer students when they come to our faculty to learn.
All right. Now, is AI bringing about changing the pay narrative now? Like for freelancers, people who are creative, and of course, bringing about competition, serious competition, AI.
Okay. I have a student who graduated early this year, late last year. He is part of those I've used for training because the guy is good in AI and other aspects of the industry. But you know what? The guy is just 21 years, but he earns in dollars. He has money. So, but because of his background, he's very humble and discreet about it. But because I have very close relationship with some of my students, I can tell you, many of them earn in dollars. And if they are to translate the money into our naira, it will be calling them small millionaires. So AI is doing all of that. It will interest you. The training we did in Geo on AI, some of them in their church, when they now ask for, they want to do a program, they will volunteer to do the creative works, and they'll pay them. One say, I've earned my first 20,000 as a 100 level student, courtesy of AI. So for such people who have creative abilities, the pocket money they need to survive as students, it can be available to them as a network and build their capacities.
All right, Doctor. As a way of rounding up this discussion segment now, what is your advice to people out there on the use of AI?
Okay, every technology has an ethical use. Sometimes people use AI to spread misinformation, disinformation, and even malformation. Why do you have all of this? Sometimes they create a video, take pictures of people who died in a particular incident 10 years ago. They recreate them and say, oh, this area happens so place. People are using AI to do all of that. You see what you will call something like a voice cloning. They can take your voice, superimpose it on the script, and they say you are the one that said it. AI is doing all of this. So these are areas of concern. So people should engage in ethical use of AI. There are some AI tools that if you engage a copyright violation, maybe you take somebody's song, you want to use it to create content, AI will flag it. So, but some people will want to still manipulate the process. They should be careful because when they're doing all of this and the actual copyright owner gets to know, the implication is that you can face legal actions. So basically, the concern about AI use is the use of the ethical concerns, the spread of misinformation to create panic in the society. Okay. If people can use it responsibly by not going to that area, by doing their creative works within the limits of the law, they are good to go.
All right, thank you very much. We've been talking with Dr. Daniel Ekaraifo. He's the acting head of mass communication, UNIBEN. And our topic for discussion today was AI and job displacement in Nigeria, especially in Edo State. Thank you very much, sir, for coming on Morning Daylight.
Thank you very much.
You really did justice to the topic.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, that is it for the discussion segment on Morning Delight. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
I see trees of green.
Experience comfort, luxury and beauty in and out. When you spend the night in comfortable suites and rooms, as your pleasure is our tax to fulfill.
So blue.
Find the greatest relaxation in our gardens VIP lounge and restaurants, exquisite conference hall for meetings and seminars. Indeed, what a beautiful world at Gabano Hotels and Resorts.
What a wonderful world.
Visit us today at 3 Urbano Avenue off Benin Lagos Expressway, Benin City. Telephone 081 00438202. Gabano.
What a wonderful world.
Are you in Benin City and environs looking for an exquisite home away from home? Bronze Royal Hotels, located on Abuava Road, is the right place for you. With its spacious and highly secured environment, Bronze Royal Hotels offers lodging services in Royal Suite, Classic Suite, Deluxe Suite, VIP Lounge, and lots more, all at affordable rate. There is also a bar, pool bar, gym, restaurant, and a club within the comfort of the hotel. At Bronze Royal Hotels, 24 hours uninterrupted power supply and free internet Wi-Fi is assured. For bookings and reservations, please visit us at number 121 Akpapava Road, Benin City, or call us on 080-340-72030 or 080-55103539. Bronze Royal Hotels, a place of ultimate luxury experience.
All right, back from our discussion segment. Next on our lineup is Quick Cuisine. Yes, one of my favorite part of the show. And what does our chef have for us today? Yes, fried rice and chicken. Let us see the process of making fried rice and chicken.
Hello and welcome to the Quick Cuisine segment of the Morning Delight program. I am Hope Ikazwangbe. Today we are having fried rice and chicken on our menu, and here are the ingredients we'll be using to make the dish for today. We have our rice, we have our vegetables, the already diced carrots, green peas. Then we have our chicken. You know it's fried rice and chicken, so these are chicken. And here is our oil, the groundnut oil we'll be using. These are the seasonings for the chicken and also for the fried rice. So relax and watch us make this delicious meal. Stay with us. And the first thing we are going to be doing is to boil our chicken. Put the chicken inside the pot. Already washed though. Then we add our special seasonings. So after adding all your ingredients to the chicken, you marinate and stir. You boil for some few minutes. Okay. Let's wash our rice. Some persons parboil their rice, but for me, I'll be using just hot water to wash my rice so that it will not be too soft. Steam it for some few minutes. So that's why it needs to be covered so you can steam very well. Now let's check if our chicken is ready. I think it is. Now let's check our rice to see if it's steamed enough. So now we have to wash it. So we can start frying the rice. We already washed our rice. Now it's time for us to fry the rice before adding the stock. To turn the groundnut oil into the pot. Groundnut oil is already steamed, so we'll add our onion. So you stir. After adding that, you add your garlic and ginger. And you stir too. Now add your rice to it. Then after that, you add your curry to it. Then after stirring it, we'll now add our stock that we got from the chicken. We'll add some chopped pepper, atarodo. So add the Scotch bonnet pepper to it. So that you stir. You can see the food is not even ready yet, and look at it's already looking good. And then we leave it to get boiled. And while this is getting boiled, we'll go back to our chicken. It's time for us to fry our chicken. Okay, now let's take our rice so we can stir it and then marinate it. Wow, I can see this looks good. So now it's time for us to fry our veggies. First of all, we'll go in with our chopped onion. And after that, you add in your sliced or diced pepper. And after that, you stir. Just keep on stirring like this. This is ready. Okay. Our rice is also ready. Next thing to do is for us to mix our veggies into our rice. Just like this. Stir. Stir. Creamy salad. Yeah, these are salad, so let's just. We want you to test this wonderfully made food and tell us what you think about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We've come to the end of today's episode of the program. See you next time. Bye.
I've been salivating in the studio. Yes, of course, a lot of people eat special delicacy like fried rice and chicken every celebration period. But just learn how to eat fried rice and you will definitely know that there are different types of rice. But fried rice, jollof rice is a staple for us in Nigeria. All right, moving on to Artville. What do we have today on Artville? The art of printing. Let us see the processes involved in the art of printing. Printing is the process of reproducing text, images, or design onto a surface like paper, fabric, or plastic. Printing pictures on fabric is generally called textile printing, with specific methods like direct to fabric, DTF. Today on Artville, we are going to see the procedures involved in DTF